My name is Gwen and I am 87 years old and I need communication access. I enjoy my family of 6 children, 9 interesting grandchildren and 1 lovely great-granddaughter. I was 74 years when I was diagnosed with PD. I was so shocked and frightened at the time. I couldn't tell Paul what had gone on at the meeting, and it was 2 days before I could say what had happened. But anyway, they said I had a 5 to 7 year honeymoon where you wouldn't notice many obvious effects of that. We decided, well, we've got to make the most of this, and we did. So we kept on travelling, and we travelled backwards and forwards and up and down and all around Australia for the next 6 to 7 years. Then I had another blow. I had a cerebral hemorrhage behind the eyes, and because of the double vision, I cannot read anymore, and it's a great loss. I love my reading, but my eyes just run every direction when I've read for a few pages. I hadn't read a book in a year, and I used to read so much. Yes, I love my garden, but can't get my hands dirty anymore. But it is still my happy place. Since I can't use the computer or the iPad, and I'm having trouble with this phone because you can see your fingers go to press a number and they just wriggle. And most of the grandchildren send a text or a brief message, and I seem to think I can still put in a message, and they don't seem to take any notice that I can't do it. And all I want to say is, please give me a voice message. They're there in front of you. You can return to them, any time to see what you need to know.
What would happen if a business only had, say, an online form?
Don't take it. Never do that anymore. Are
you saying you probably would find a different business or service that was accessible?
Yes. Part of Parkinson's is that you can only do one thing at a time. If you're doing something, you concentrating on that. And if you're doing, then you move to the next time. And if people speak to you and break that concentration, you're lost. You can't do it. No loud music and no kitchen noise. That's a big distraction, any noise.
Can you explain a bit more what happens when you are in a busy or loud place in terms of your communication?
Oh, it breaks down. You tend gradually to avoid them. There's some you can't, of course. We went down to Centrelink to pass in some important papers. So we went down, we waited our turn, then we were called to the window, and there were no chairs, so I got a bit wobbly after a few minutes, 5 minutes, and I just said quietly to Paul, "Could you get me a chair?" And she pipes up in a very aggressive voice, No, put that chair back. You cannot bring chairs up here. If you can't stand, you go and sit down in that public area." And that's all we got. It was so rude. And you just came home and thought, you feel terrible. And so that was just a bad day for her and us.
How important is it for customer service staff to respect people's access needs?
In my book, it's 99% important because it's your first contact with them. You want to know that you want to know you can work with them. I'd like to see a smile, and if there's a frown and they can hardly lift their head off what they're doing to look at you even, you think, oh well, they're really interested. It's not just something, and you can communicate with them quite well and feel relaxed in their presence and don't feel, oh, they're rushing, they're in a hurry. A lot of my disability is hidden, and you never quite tell it many people at all what you're going through. You don't want to preach Parkinson's to them, but if they open the conversation, there is so much you could tell them.